Having duly concentrated body, speech, and mind along with the other faculties, I will describe a mere fragment of the good qualities belonging to you, who have become good quality itself, the ocean of good qualities. You are the best, the most excellent of those who speak, free from fault, with your faculties well settled. All the opposing teachers contending with you cannot agitate you, who comprehend the highest truth. Your conduct is perfect, and your woe is well perfected and complete. And O powerful one, your meditations inexhaustibility is just like that of Narayana and the king of mountains. O bull among men, you possess neither anguish, dejection, fear, nor fatigue, possessing no impatience with beings. You are not attached to them, nor do you quarrel with anyone. There is no apprehension, and yet you experience no excessive discouragement. There is no pain, and yet you have no delight. Just like Mount Meru, the king of mountains, your mind is always good. O best of Munis, in every domain, your knowledge is extensive and free from obstacles, and it engages various objects, unhindered, unwinding, inexhaustible. O Muni, for you there is no doubt, hesitancy, or uncertainty about anything, comprehending with knowledge the greater and lesser capabilities of being. You know everything. You are pleasant to behold, good to behold. Since you are good to behold, wise men are pleased to behold you. Since what is pleasant and what is unpleasant are the same to you, you always behave in a pleasant manner. You possess a sweet eloquence, speak with a smile, with mindfulness, without fear. Since you articulate what wise men love, your fame has spread throughout the three realms. Many humans, gods, asuras, yakshas, rakshasas, and wise men in the world come to the Muni and again and ask you questions again and again, but you do not become angry. Since you please them with sweet words, humans, gods, asuras, yakshas, and rakshasas who have become free from hesitancy, O great Muni, pay homage at your feet and return. Your standing, sitting, coming, going, lying, being silent, speaking, and holding your bowl and your robe, O Gautama, everything of yours is beautiful. Since you experience neither obstacles nor haste and are even, your words possesses the good qualities of sweetness. Since you, the best of humans, speak at the appropriate time, your words are free from redundancy. You are renowned as one who possesses power in the world, who knows humans, bull among men, Lord. Towards this entire world, including its gods, you are not haughty, nor do you despise anyone. With friends and enemies, obedient ones and disobedient ones, wavering ones and ones who are naturally unwavering, you are never surprised. Having observed the agitated beings who lament, speak miserably, slobber, and utter weary sounds, you are tormented pained, afflicted by fear and sorrow, and oppressed by hundreds of kinds of suffering, who have lacked protection and happiness for a long time, and have fallen into desire for existence, and who are covered with darkness, with various kinds of your power, having a Muni's great compassion as a Muni, O best of the Sakyans, you exert yourself to liberate those who are so distressed. The suffering of existence, along with its cause, the cessation of the suffering of existence, and this incomparable path which leads to the cessation of suffering of existence are taught by you. O great leader with great vigor, the best of the most excellent speakers, none is equal to you in the three realms. None surpasses you anywhere. You have neither worth nor discrepancy. O Muni, you have no difficulty. O one who made an excellent vow, you have neither compliance, opposition, nor dispute. You never have any of these. O Muni, having left behind what is agreeable and what is disagreeable, happiness and suffering, and what is even and what is uneven, you bear satisfaction and dissatisfaction, and being well restrained, conduct yourself with tranquility. Since experiencing neither slander nor harm, you do not become haughty by praise. Fame and infamy are the same to you. Just as a tusked elephant is released for battle and bears arrows fiercely shot, you bear evil words, harsh words spoken by evil people. O Rishi who speaks gently, you are tolerant of words. There is no word you do not bear, even if very ill spoken, whether slanderously or virtuously spoken of. The Muni abides in sameness. The one worthy of worship is always worshipped by humans, gods, asuras, yakshas, rakshasas, and great rishis. Your mind is steady and does not become otherwise. Since you do not feel conceit, such as I am superior to this one, I am inferior to this one, or I am equal to this one, you do not have the three kinds of pride. Steady, looking upon a lump of dirt and gold equally, looking upon lapis lazuli and pebbles and gravel equally. O great Muni, you behave as if these beings, including gods, are the same as grass or trees. Even if the moonlight and sunlight come together and cold and hot winds arise, you bear it just like the Lord of mountains. With a steady mind, you receive no harm. Having examined various kinds of bedding, drink, food, and upper and lower garments, as unpolluted, O Muni, you enjoy them. You do not lament, I have no protector. Being unbound, speaking well, not seizing anything as your own, you are free from various injuries. Obtaining profit, you are not delighted. Not obtaining it, you are not discouraged. Enduring disrespect, here you are not attached to respect. The excellent blood red sandalwood that grows on the side of mountain where gods dwell, and sharp arrows and swords never change your mind. You engage neither in meaningless talk nor in talk employed by wicked people, neither talk of profit, worldly talk, nor talk undesirable for great people. But you utter the words that generate solution and happiness, the talk in which you proclaim you proclaim only tranquility. the talk that surpasses the gods, and the talk through which you remove sin. O great Muni, for the sake of the world, you speak words that are sweet, reasoned, eloquent, substantial, and definitive. Those who are foolish, who have wrong views, who are liars, who are connected to pleasure, who speak slanderous, harsh, or deceitful words, O Blessed One, you never associate with them. Those who are straightforward, who do not deceive, who are pleased with truth, who have trained their faculties, who always act after full consideration, O Blessed One, with these you associate. One who knows the dharma, means, and individuals, or one who possesses the six kinds of supernatural knowledge, I always bow to you. O Muni, skillful one who knows the greater and lesser capacities of beings, and good and bad conduct, I bow my head to you. Having observed the immense ocean of your good qualities, I have described merely a fraction of your good qualities. O noble one, the far shore of the ocean of your good qualities cannot be known by anyone in the world.